Hi all, Hipper here. Lately I have been enjoying playing Khabarovsk again, and largely due to the fact that carriers are now present in the game. And I mean, it's always fun to hunt carriers, as long as you don't go overboard and make the whole game about chasing down that elusive carrier. As long as you do your duty as a destroyer, and then once the battle is going your way and you can reasonably hunt the carrier without being a detriment to your team, then for all means, go for it. So here in this game I'm going for C, which I usually do on this map here, because simply there's a lot more places to hide and you're not as exposed as you are at the A or B for that matter. But really B is a cap that you should save for later in the game anyway. So as you saw before, I was using my Makarov Agile build here, and I have probably around 14-kilometer range on this destroyer here, because I have the inspiration on it as well that increases the distance by 5 or 6%, I think it is. So I mean, that is like quite an impressive range for a destroyer. So I can stay at a comfortable distance and try to set these guys on fire as much as I can. And the inspiration is called Rumble, by the way. So as you can see here, I have no one challenging me for the cap, so I can pretty much just sit here, and that's a good thing because I don't have any backup to speak of. Now, one thing this battle here shows, which is even more important now. See, by the way, here I use my smoke to smoke up as soon as this Yamato here gets annoyed with my persistent fire setting on him, and I'm forcing him out of position now. But like I was saying, this battle here is a prime example of why you just don't leave your spawn and you don't give up your flank, especially in a carrier game. Because if you give up your flank, like in this case here, and I know we're not actually pushing very hard on this flank here, but if we were, there's only one Yamato and it's broadside, and really it's a piece of cake to take out. After that, this flank is blown completely open, and the whole red team is ripe for the picking, pretty much, including the carrier. I mean, I don't know where it is yet, but it won't be hard to spot as soon as I finish capping here, and I'll be able to venture out pretty much behind the enemy if I really want to. So, yeah, it goes for any battle. Don't give up a flank. Like, it is a recipe for disaster. But especially in a carrier battle, like, you really shouldn't do it. So the Yamato is down and a nice arsonist there, and he must have been really annoyed, that guy, because he kept shooting at me, like blind firing, but didn't hit me once. So yeah, I bet there was an angry player there, but I mean, what can you do? He was left behind by his team, and I mean, such is life. So again, I am completely unopposed on this flank here. I have like free reins completely, and although my team is quite passive, I think, for some reason we haven't been overrun on the other flank. I don't know why. I honestly don't know. We should have been like, well, our left flank should have been a mirror image of the flank over here, just for the reds, of course, but it's not. We're actually holding out. I know we don't have the caps, but we are not getting overrun, at least. So I am deciding to flank these guys, basically. And of course now I could go looking for the carrier, but there's still a lot of enemies left, and there's really no point taking on the carrier yet. It's not a threat at all. Not to me, at least. I mean, I'm one of the destroyers, and destroyers are usually the ones who have the hardest time with carriers. But in this build here with Khabarovsk, like, this is built for being perma-spotted anyway. So to me, it doesn't matter at all if the carrier spots me. There is no detriment to me. I have the agile build on this, so I play it as a small cruiser. So I'm just going to pick on the next battleship I see. He's in range, and he's actually well in range. He could be another 3 kilometers away, and I'll still be able to shoot at him and set him on fire. And this is the same build I use on Tashkent, by the way. And I notice a bomber suddenly appearing here, only like just a little bit to my right. So I just adjust my course a little bit because I'm pretty sure the carrier is here, and there it is. And he's completely undefended, and just like the flank I started at, this team here isn't really working too well together, if you ask me. And I'm switching to AP here because I want to see if I can actually get a few nasty citadels on this thing here. It's not working too well. I do get penetrations, but I don't get any citadels. So I'm switching back to HE. And here you'll see one of the downsides about Khabarovsk and the range of only 6 kilometers on the torps. I mean, when you're chasing someone who is actively trying to avoid your torps and getting in torp range, 6 kilometer torps are like quite annoying because you have to be very, very close when you are aiming at a target that's moving away from you. And really you have to be like 3.5 kilometers from an escaping target. So yeah, that's a bit annoying. The 8 kilometers on Tashkent are much better. They have finally got my torps here, and they are just in range. So I just shoot a wide spread because I'm going to have to burn this guy down anyway. And he's doing what he can by attacking me with his planes, but it is just him. And there's really not much he can do caught out in the open like this here. I am the only one shooting at him, which is incredible, but yeah, don't know what's really going on with my team. So we almost got him here, and this is probably the easiest 50 or so thousand damage that I've done. I mean, a carrier is pretty much defenseless up close like this, and it does take a while to whittle him down with the guns. I'm a bit surprised about that, actually. I mean, even battleships don't take that long. So finish him up with a torp hit there, and of course he has a few planes left, but yeah, not really a threat, even if they should be lucky enough to hit me. So we are well and truly ahead now, although we actually don't have more than one cap. We only have the one cap that I took in the beginning, and like my team is still very disorganized, and well, the red team as well, both of them are. It's a bit of a strange match, this one here. You will see that in the final XP count as well, because nobody on the enemy team actually gets more than, I think, 700 XP or something like that. It is like, that's unusual. Usually the enemy team has at least one decent player, more like 2 or 3 actually, but not in this case. Now, the players on my team are very lucky that the red team is in such a poor state, because in my opinion they're not doing a very good job. I mean, all the battleships are sitting broadside in the middle of the map, and nobody's really doing any pushing at all. Even the destroyer, the other destroyer on my team, the whole game he's just been like joyriding somewhere on our half of the map, not even trying to cap. And as you can see now, the cap is undefended. There's no point why he shouldn't be capping, and yet he isn't. So this victory here is yeah, a fluke, I think. So there's just this one Shima here left, and he's running for his life. And I would have liked to cap another cap here just to up my XP a little bit more, but unfortunately I won't have the time to do it. So that's it, and the battle is won. But like I said before, it's a bit of a hollow victory, this one here, because like honestly, this battle here was very strange, very, very strange indeed. it happens, I guess. But it takes a bit of the fun away from the game, if I am honest. So anyway, that was a Khabarovsk battle here, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.